appreciate the invitation, and I want to thank you for all the work that Kiwanis does. I've had the privilege to be a member of Kiwanis in Bandon, Oregon before I moved over from the coast. So I know what you do, and I know how hard you work, and it's great to be invited and to see you all. So. Yes, Central Oregon Honor Flight, as was mentioned, is one of many hubs across the country that we take veterans from their home and we take them over to Washington, D.C. It's a pretty daunting trip, as you could imagine. This year, we already have it fully booked. We're headed out September 18th. I believe we return the 21st. Which is whatever Saturday that is. I think it's the 21st, if my memory serves me correctly. And
just
we have
in time for Oktoberfest.
Mm-hmm. Yes, perfect. And we have a big homecoming that we do as well, just so you know, at Ridgeview High School, where we parade. Once we get in, we do a parade from the airport. We take them over to Ridgeview High School, and we have a celebration for those veterans. This year, we actually do have a World War II veteran going, and then we have 2 Korean War veterans, and the rest are Vietnam veterans. Each veteran is accompanied by a guardian. I have the privilege this year, my son, who's going to be a senior, he's going to go as a guardian, so he gets to kind of be a part of seeing what that's all about. I can give you a little picture of what it was last year as we headed over to Washington, D.C. Just walking through the airport. The first time we get through the airport, and these veterans receive standing ovations. I mean, it's amazing the welcome they receive. And for many of them, it's a welcome home that they never got, especially our Vietnam veterans. And you can see immediately a change in spirit of our veterans as they realize that they're appreciated and how much their country really does appreciate what they've done for us. And so it is really a privilege to be a part of it. Like I said, this year we have 60 going total. That includes our guardians as well. So I believe there's somewhere around 28 veterans that are going. We get to visit everywhere from the National Archives, where they get to see firsthand the Constitution that they swore an oath to. We get to visit all the memorials and the monuments. Obviously, some of the heavier hitting things that we do is visiting like the Vietnam Wall and all the different memorials that are there in the honor of those who fell. And so it really is an amazing thing. It's a privilege just to be a part of, just to get to go see these veterans again receive a trip that really is in their honor. And so what we do locally is we obviously fundraise for this trip. We do not charge the veterans at all for this trip. So what we look for in the local community is to try to raise $1,500 per veteran. Now, obviously, that does not cover the whole cost to get someone to Washington, D.C., into all these things and back, but it offsets the cost. And so that's what we're always looking for, is businesses and different personal donors to give to Honor Flight for that reason. So if you know of any local businesses or anyone that is looking or would believe in that mission, we obviously love to receive any support we can get. The Guardians do pay for themselves to go, so it really is a sacrifice. Many of them are taking off time from work, paying for themselves to go, heading on the trip to really be an escort to that veteran. And many times, some of them are ambulatory, and we have to kind of corral them because they want to go off and do their own thing. And so we say, hey, stay with the group. Some of them are wheelchair bound, and our guardians do take them from the bus to every step of the way, everything that they need to do. And so it's a privilege for those guardians. Many of our guardians are veterans themselves. Again, the eras that we cover are war veterans from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. I believe as we begin to kind of phase out World War II veterans for obvious reasons, as they all they pass, then it will be Korea, Vietnam, and probably being then opened up to conflicts up to Desert Storm 1, I believe, and then keep going from there. So again, it is hard to describe in words what I can just speak for myself, what I have been able to witness with the trips that I've been able to attend. It really is something that even if you are not able to attend one of these, if you are interested in being a guardian, there's information on these sheets here. Please please check those out. And go to our website. It has all the rest of the information on there. But even if you're never able to attend, I would hope that somehow I can, as feebly as I can, explain the importance for these veterans when they go on this trip. It really can be life-changing for many of them, and for many of them, it's closure that they haven't received in, however many decades it's been since Vietnam. And so, it really is amazing. I would encourage you to go to our honorflightofcentraloregon.org, which is on this sheet here. So again, please take this. If you go there, you're going to see a testimony on there. I think it was from Central Oregon Daily with Greg Turnbow. I don't know if anyone knows Greg Turnbow. If you have met him, you wouldn't forget. So I'm sure you would know. But if you really want to see what this has done, what that trip does for a veteran, and how they are impacted, there's a video on the website there that would really suit you to watch, because it really is amazing. Again, some things coming up. We will be attending all the 4th of July parades. We're spreading out as a team, and we're going to be at all the different ones. I'll be in Redmond tomorrow. I'll be wearing my Honor Flight shirt, so if you see me, say hi. We also have coming up, this is the little flyer that's on the tables there. We have a cruise in for the cause, and this is out at Over the Edge Tap House, if you've been out to the Crooked River Ranch Tap House out there. They are doing a car show on Saturday, July 27th, and all proceeds go to Honor Flight of Central Oregon. It's really an amazing thing. So please spread the word on that. Even if you can't attend, please let your friends and family know. We'd love to have them there. And last year it was pretty amazing. There were some amazing cars there, if you're into that. So we will be at the Sisters Quilt Show as well. I forget the dates of that. I think it's maybe a week before this, the 13th or so. Again, our trip for this year is scheduled for September 18th through the let me get this right, so that I can make sure, through the 21st. So Saturday the 21st is when we return from Washington, D.C., and when the parade heads over to Ridgeview High School. And we would love to have all the community attend. It really is an amazing opportunity for people to honor their local veterans and show them that they really are cherished in their community, and that we do want to honor what they've done and how they've served our country. So, anyways, is there any questions? Yes, sir.
So how did you get involved in this project?
Good question. So I got involved. The previous president to me was Dane Privat. He worked for Central Oregon Dutch Brothers, and he got transferred over to Tennessee, and so he kind of was stepping out. And one of the gals that I work with, she's the treasurer, and she said, "Hey, John, do you want to jump on board?" And at first she said, "Do you just want to join and be a part of it?" And I said, "Absolutely." And then she said, "Oh yeah, and we're electing you president." And I said, "Okay." so that's how I fell into it. But and for us, besides personally, for me, all of us that are involved, we have a team on our leadership team of about 7 or 8. All of us that are involved have a personal reason, whether they're a veteran themselves or they're connected to a veteran in some way. For me, it's to honor my grandfather, who was a Master Sergeant in the Army Korean War and World War II veteran, who passed away in 1999. So he never got to do go on a trip like this. And so if I can accompany others and make sure that others get to go, that's why I'm involved. So.
I may have missed this, but how many flights have you made?
So 2 total. Total, it has been since 2018. We weren't supposed to go in COVID, but we did anyway. I think they were going to shut the centralized hubs was saying, it's not going to work. We're not going to do it. And somehow Central Oregon found a way to get veterans over there, and so I believe this will be the 7th or 8th trip this year. So yeah.
What were some of the monuments, and what did you do while you were there?
So I'm glad you asked that, because I would have forgot this. Passed around on the table is also, I think it's on the back table at the moment, there's a book of one of the trips that you can look at before you leave. And there's also a congressional declaration. So one of the things that we got to do was go to Congress And Representative Cliff Bentz read every one of our veterans' names into the halls of Congress, and they received the booklet back there that you can see, that was a really amazing part. So we got to go to the National Archives. Again, we toured all of the founding documents and things of the country. We go to the Lincoln Memorial. We go to the World War I Memorial, World War II Memorial, Vietnam Memorial. We hit a lot in 2 days, 2 full days, and you'd be amazed at, again, many of our veterans are aging, and they somehow find an extra step, and they make it around to all these things, and we cram a lot into the 2 days that we're there.
Did you get to see the Martin Luther King one?
We did, yes, we did. Yep.
So amazing.
Yeah, we got to see the Martin Luther King, pretty much all of them. I think the only thing we didn't see was the White House. That's the only thing we did not go to. And this year will be, pray for us, this year is going to be September, and we have an election in November. It might be wild. I don't know what's going on, so who knows? Yeah.
Apologies if I missed this, and I know it's kind of out the way. Do you guys visit Arlington?
We do go to Arlington. Yep, that's one of the mornings we go to Arlington. That, I would say, for me, that was one of the most impactful things that we got to do was go to Arlington National Cemetery. Yeah. And at Arlington is also the Marine Corps Memorial as well.
Just a small point, do they stay in the same hotel?
We do. We all stay. This last year, I don't know if I'd have to look at the schedule, but I don't know if we're in the same hotel. But the hotel we stayed out last year was right next to the new Air Force Memorial. Interesting story, the hotel we stayed in is actually, it's right across from the Pentagon. It's the Sheridan Pentagon or something like that, Pentagon Sheridan. It is on 9/11, as one of the jet that hit the Pentagon came in, it skimmed the top of that hotel, so it was kind of an interesting place to stay. So, yes.
What are the Guardians' duties?
The Guardians?
Yes.
Yeah. So a Guardian, they know when they sign up to go on this trip, they know that this trip is about their veteran. So each veteran has a Guardian assigned to them. And they are there from the moment we wake up in the morning, if they need water, if they need something, if we're at a monument and the veteran is having a moment, like they're maybe overwhelmed, that Guardian can also be a shoulder to cry on, can be someone just to listen to a story. It really is, they are just there to serve. That's what they're there for.
How many people did you say are going on this trip?
This trip we're at 60. Last year I think we were 56, and I'm not sure before that what the exact numbers were.
So in 7 years, 7 trips, is that what you said?
Yeah.
So 2018, and about 50 to 60 per trip?
Yep. So it really, and you would think we would start running out of veterans, but that's our mission, is we're going to do this until there's no more to take, and so, which I don't think is ever going to happen. So
no repeat trips so far?
Of
veterans?
The same people going, no, they only get to go once, and because we want to make it available for everybody that wants and needs to go. And we have a wait list. We're actually, to be honest, we're booked out probably into next trip as well, as far as our wait list of veterans that want to go. That changes a lot, obviously, health things come up and different things that would change that wait list.
So you fill a plane almost.
Yeah. Well, and what's really amazing is that Alaska Airlines brings in a special plane just for us, which is their honor flight plane. There's a plaque when you walk in that is dedicated to honor flight. To the veterans. It's on the side of it. It's decorated for veterans. And they deviate that plane just to come pick us up. So it's pretty amazing.
So approximately what time do you get back on the 21st then? Is it later in the evening then, or?
It changes a lot because our flights change and things happen on the trip that we have to do. It will be posted around the community though, and I can even make sure that I get some update to you all so that you have a time frame of when we're going to be at Ridgeview.
Yeah, we'll be sure to put all of your events up.
Awesome. Great.
Any more questions, guys? What an important, wonderful service you do for our community and our veterans. In fact, I know we have some veterans in the room. Would you guys like to stand up and we can honor you?
little birdie whispered to me that we should get a picture of all the vets up front with Josh.
That's a wonderful thing. Can we have our veterans come up, please?
But yeah, maybe John and Michelle separately, and then we'll bring the veterans up.
Okay, well, this is just a small token gesture of our appreciation for your time. It's a Kiwanis done by a local artisan here in town. And then we're gonna take a quick picture. I hope that's okay.
That's fine. That's
All
fine.
right, good, right in front of the American flag, so that's good.
And then may we have our veterans come up, please?
How about over there?
Maybe over, so we get the flag.
Okay.
Flag in the background.
Yeah, I mean, we could even back up to the flag.
Sure.
Here, I
probably.
can-
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's coming out of your paycheck. All right.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, get a little closer. Yeah, there we go. All right. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you all.
Thank you, John, so much. We appreciate you. And I'm giving you a lot of time this today, a lot of time to celebrate the 4th of July. But before we do, Independence Day. Freedom has its life in the hearts, the actions, the spirit of men and women, and so it must be daily earned and refreshed. And with that, oh, that wasn't very good. Here, let's try that again. There we go.